All right, 1, 2, and 2 should be working. Hello, everyone. Hello, Matt Foreman. It's a pleasure to have you. So you catch my only stream in probably a year. And hello, True Life, yeah, True Life, and FQ. It's my first stream in like ages. So please do bear with me while I try to follow up correctly everything what's happening. All right. Hopefully I'll be able to see messages. So tell me if the sound is too loud. We'll check that. So currently we're doing death, which is bitty small castle. Bit of a spoiler if you want to see it finalized, but it's kind of a very big castle. I think it's not the biggest castle in TaleSpire from what I've seen, but try to make it a more realistic one, with currently more than 45 rooms in it. So massive castle to surely not working. My stream seems to be having some issues. And we'll also have to check out the new Heroforge integration. So normally I've linked my account, I've created my first miniature and stuff like that, but apparently it takes some time for miniatures to appear, so I may not be able to link any figurines for now, so I'll be able to see. And thank you, Chloé Baudin. I'm just gonna check quickly if my settings are not fucked up in OBS, because that's definitely something. And I see that my that quality is not very amazing, but you'll tell me, right? All right, so we'll see. Yeah. So for those that are not aware of it, you can link your Heroforge account with this now. You can link it with the Heroforge key that's available on your Heroforge profile, and you should be able to download any figurines that you downloaded through your subscription or paid for. And all right, so what we did there is that actually we did a blockout. So we first made the whole layout of the castle and everything in this orange. It's actually the desert tile. The goal there is to not really focus on details. The goal is to focus more on shapes, volume, passageways. How do I go from the bottom of this place to the top here, and how can I go to the roof and balconies and everywhere? So it's really taking the time to make the shape and layout of your build. You can obviously do some details or stuff like that because I knew it was good for my visualization of everything. But the idea there is really not to bother too much with details. And then you swap everything for the correct assets. So you see we've started to do that. I'm doing this build in collaboration with Carnor, and so then we swap everything. And the good thing is that when you're building that way, it means that you see very clearly if something's missing like that. Like in this part, you can definitely see that I've not yet swapped the orange wall, and I need to put a good wall inside of it, or I can do like that. But also helps to see if there are holes in what I'm doing and everything. So high contrast is always good when you're doing your blockouts and your first build, and we always do blockouts now. I often use either the desert tile set or the marble one, because the marble one is very white and clear. Like you can see there, we've used it some to specify some type of materials, probably wood or something that's not very as sturdy as stone here. So the idea is really just to get the volumes, and then we start to swap everything and add the details. And there you don't do details, but we'll do it later. It will really help you to do your build. And again, we've built everything a bit high up compared to the floor, so if we need to go down or move anything, it's really easy to go back and retouch that. So the castle, basically, it's not the most realistic one, though it obviously use realistic iteration like a bretèche like that, or a barbacane here, corps de garde. I know the term in French, which for a bretèche is probably the only term that exists, but basically using real castle-like designs and layouts. And so, sorry. And so the idea there is that it looks realistic, but there's still a heavy fantasy vibe due to the sheer size and height and width of it. It's not very realistic, right? You have those big two towers, and in the middle you have a big courtways and stuff like that, and open stuff. But still, you know, it's defensive area, a second one that's more defended, and then the like more noble living spaces that are very far away from any fire that they could take, and around it there is the sheer cliff, so it's not very a problem. You don't need to defend that much that part of the castle, right? So it's more of a living area. So we've obviously used a lot of references. So this is my stuff. This is the Black Knight Castle from, I don't remember it, but a very nice build. This is a build from Gogots. This one is very amazing too in details, and this one is from Skarnor, a more compact one. The idea is that when you build something, don't feel bad if you copy stuff, right? If you use references, images, art, or anything. We do that a lot when we build now. We have a first phase where we try to grab a lot of just ideas. And the idea is not to copy them, it's just to, or not even to do something realistic, right? Or doable. It's really to start up your engines, your like imagination and hello Bigetto, really want to thank you. You made my session really step up. My players love your maps. Well, that's a pleasure. Please do send me screenshots or like recordings of what you play on my Discord. I'll post the link in the description if I don't forget. But you can just contact me and I'll give you my Discord. But yeah, please do show me. It's my utmost pleasure to see you play my maps, in our maps, now that I do almost everything with Skarnor. It's just a pleasure to see all players occupy the space. And because when we create stuff, I have an idea, right? I think, oh, this room is that, and that wall you can do that. And most of the time people do completely different stuff, and you see something special and you completely miss another part of the building. And that's so magical to me, is that how you live in a space that I've created in my mind. So it's very interesting always. So I'm gonna do a bit of boring stuff tonight. We're gonna be swapping out all those orange tiles for the correct one. You probably don't see my mouse. I could make it work, but I'm not sure. It's a big trouble, right? So the idea there is that I'm making walls with just basically two tiles. I'm making walls with this tile, this 1x1, and this 2x2 tile. And there is plenty ways to combine them to ensure that your walls do not have repeating patterns. And you can see there everything like looks different, looks organic, and then you can do even more details with adding holes and different stuff, and adding more different elements to bring all this together and create stuff. Because this is copy pasted, and then you take the time to break the repetition. Don't work in a stupid manner. Don't do everything by hand. What we do is that we created those walls like that, and we just copy paste them, and then you take the time to differentiate them, to add some little elements like this one. You see there, it's just right in the wall like that. So it's pretty nice. Wait, is Heroforge integration out? Yeah. So it's not working on me because I just published my figurine, but you can see there I have the Heroforge tab here, and I can swap it there. So what you need to do is that you go into settings, and here you can get your access key that you get from your Heroforge account. Normally, I could try to check if my Heroforge arrived. Normally, they send me an email when my figurine is ready, which I have absolutely no idea how it works. I'm a total newbie in Heroforge. We could do a stream where we do Heroforge miniatures, because I find the painting of the miniatures quite interesting. So it could be nice. Kidding. And so yeah, normally I'm checking my account right now to see if it has updated. Yeah, so normally it knows I've purchased it, but it is not yet available. And yeah, it just came out today. They did an update just like an hour or 2 hours ago. There's a full video on the blog post of Bunserok website with a very nice video of baggers that explain in details how you can use the new Heroforge integration. It's going to be nice for everyone, definitely. Sorry. And he also used 2 of my maps. I was so happy to see that he used the Dashing Camel and the Enku farm maps. I've linked them in a comment below the video of Bunserok, so you can find them. But basically, checking Heroforge, right? And it's going to be amazing to use in your campaign our own figurines and just to create monsters and stuff like that. All right, so back to building, because I've not done much. I'm just talking. Start looking not very too shabby, yeah. And so you see, when you go into details, you see that we've added a lot of little stuff to create variation. Stones, there is woods there. I think it looks very nice here. So you have the impression that the planks of wood continue into the stone, stuff like that. So we'll keep adding overlay and overlay of tiny details like that to make it more lived in and granular, you know, to get better textures. So it's only for purchase mini though. Yeah, for Heroforge you need to purchase your minis either with the subscription or purchase them. I think it's $8, but if you take the subscription, it's like $15 a month. So and you get 5 download per month, so it's quite okay. So you need to create it and then purchase it, but it's available for your campaign and any campaign you're logged in. So if multiple players have multiple accounts, it's good, or if just a game master has your account, is good too. So let's continue. And so you see what I want to avoid there is that there is a gap between the stairs here and we see the ground just right there. But that's going to be changed because I think we're going to change the floor, so I don't really mind about it right now. So that's why blocking out is very nice, because now I see that those stairs in this floor, I know it's not definitive, so I know to do a new pass on that. Hello Fox, it's been a long time. I've not streamed. And integration is already in beta. Yeah, it's in open beta, and so there is some bugs. They seem quite okay from what I've read from their blog posts. The main issue is that they want to do a soft launch, so it's available, but they don't really communicate about it. So they can try with a smaller number of people, right? They don't crash the servers or anything. And so they have more time to iron out any kinks or weird behaviors that could happen. So I think it's a good thing. Heroforge is definitely an amazing step in a very good direction for TaleSpire. So we're gonna see how it goes. So there you see, I'm going quite quickly. I'm just trying to blend the assets to create the inverse of patterns. I'm trying to create just break the shapes of the walls I'm using, so now it looks like a uniform main wall, and you cannot discern anymore the assets, the individual assets. Obviously, you use a lot more assets than just plainly doing it, but that's the way I like to do maps. The hard thing is to achieve a ratio of too much details and too much asset and just right balance. Thanks a lot, Fox, for just subbing. Thank you very much. I'm gonna try to stream a little bit more this year. I say that each time and then I never stream, but I feel that with a big project like that, I could do updates once or twice a week, and you could enjoy seeing the progress we're making. So already all the shapes and everything, or now we're just going straight. We're probably gonna do parts by parts. There's two ways of doing it, right? I could do all the walls and then all the exteriors and all the roofs and all the rooms and all the details, but you cannot burn out on projects that are so long. It's like 80 hours project plus. So we like to do everything in a small zone, so we have better feeling of achievement. All right. So if you follow me on Twitch, normally when you watch my live stream, you have points that accumulate and you can spend them to force me to put dead bodies everywhere. It's a little fun thing. I thought that was amusing. And the music is from Manaberry. It's available on Spotify and a lot of platforms. It's a dear friend of mine, so you can just go listen to his music. It's gonna be fantastic. It's the music I use in all my videos, by the way. Apart from when it started from TaleSpire, it's always his stuff I'm using. So now we're going to try to use a different asset for the corner. I really like this one. You should not abuse it because an asset that is more visible, so that one I'm talking, this one, you know, you can really identify it. There is a specific texture to it and color and shape that you can really see if there is too much of it. So you need to be careful when using those type of assets. Whereas the walls there, you don't really see anything specific here. Your eye does not catch any highlight of the texture or anything. But you could turn it like that, and you see, even like that, I can kind of see that they're a bit too similar. But the goal is to play with all those variations and find what works. I mean, the music is a bit loud. Alright, and that's just the process, right? I'm much faster when I'm not talking to you, but it's your fault basically that I'm not fast. But just takes time. It seems that we have 20 people. Well, welcome to all of you. And so all of Fox actually activated the thing on Twitch. That's called Twitch. I need to hide a dead body in my map, so we can do that. I think I have quite an idea. It's been a long time, but you can just type dead there. Right, and we grab a nice skeleton. I think it's always nice to put them in, like, in the mortar or something like that. So, like, just someone that dug a hole in the wall and just trying to get out. Would it be funny? It's just the head or just the arm like that. Could be nice. Like, I could just line it so have the arm. The head is good like that. Right, so we just have the arm poking out. I find that very funny. Nice. Let's sometimes finish a character in our game with finally more NPC minis I can hear talk from here. Yeah, definitely, Cyclone. It's going to be amazing for all of our campaigns to have all the minis and everything. I'm just waiting for mine to update so I can show it. J7 Master Istallri. Oh, you don't flatter me. So good to finally catch you streaming live. Yeah, it's been a bit long, right? But at least now we're working. Oh yeah, good thing. I could move the sun around actually. You can see a bit more what I'm doing. Yeah, much better. There, what I want to do is actually do an overhang. So this part you see I've already marked especially. So I want that to be kind of a wooden support. So you need to break up stuff. So if it's only stone everywhere, it's not going to be very interesting. So that's the idea, right? My outer wall, defensive wall could be just flat, but you try to do a little holes like that, like concave stuff here, just pushing the walls and making it more interesting. It's the same thing here, right? So I have those flat walls, and then you just add some little indents like that, or like this one in it, so it creates more pleasing variation. It's just not just a flat wall. So and then you just play with it and you try to find interesting stuff to do. Yeah, we'll see. Right, not perfect, but sometimes you gotta know too when like not perfect, but you don't need to be always like very good. There's so many details you're gonna do anyway. You got to know not to obsess over everything. I think that's quite important. Ooh, 27 people, damn. Don't get used to it, folk. I never stream. I was just wanted to try something today. I'll probably try to stream a bit more this week, also with Skarnor, with the co-builder on this map. The idea is that you can see how we work together, mostly telling bad jokes while we just say the other is bad, but that's the way we work currently. And so the castle will be only available as a board. I don't see how we could cut it up in pieces that would work with slabs. It's going to definitely be a heavy one. We're not really sure yet if we want to do the outer parts of the castle, like doing farms and stuff like that. So we'll see how much time it takes us to just do that. We'll definitely do some sort of landscaping around it, so it has references and it's in a setting. You know, it's not just divorced from everything. But we'll see. Definitely, normally should look quite nice even just by itself. So, all right, so you see I have this support here, but I still want to bring it a bit more that this part has been perhaps forced, something like that. So I'm gonna see what I can do to bring home that feeling. Yeah, I would definitely love to have more stone assets. What I crave is white castle stone. I live in France, so we do have a lot of stuff like Carcassonne and stuff like that that have those beautiful white stones, and they look very nice. It's like still castle stone, you know. It's not the stones that are very perfect or anything, but they're still a bit rough and more square than those little ones, those pebble kind of. And so it would be amazing to have a lighter tone. It would make this castle like very different in feeling. So having more stuff that ties in nicely with the castle rune set would be amazing. And so far we've not had that much stuff. That the castle rune set goes with everything, right? I could put it everywhere it works, but something that really works as well as this set is not yet available. And still, we did a marvelous job, I think, with the marble set in Riven. With Riven, the city we've made, I think is really nice. But yeah, and yeah, indeed, the next update will be Cyberpunk. We still hope that there will be little packs of content, but the next big one will be Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk will definitely have multiple tile sets in that. So it's gonna be a huge review. Don't expect a video as soon as it gets out, right? We'll probably need a week to at least do something fast with it, and it's not going to be amazing because you need time to understand how a set works. They're not hesitant to add stuff to old set. It's just that they're trying to put more variety out of the gate now, and they'll come back to sets and add more to those later, because currently it's early access now. It's more important to have variety, and then they can really densify each type of set. I've had some talk with devs that said some tile set they feel indeed they're a bit lacking, and so I assume that at some point they'll be updating those. So I can show you something you're gonna like. It's gonna take it forever to load. Well, the marble palace style said bit too smooth. I'm not very okay with that because as you can see, you can definitely do amazing stuff with it, and you can do very much like really more older stuff, more gritty stuff, stuff that is lived and has gone through the test of time and stuff like that, like this one. So maybe I could make a little bit nicer for you. So you see, it can be very nice, right? Or you can go whoop there, and here and get the sun to be shining. There you can have more more Osmanian buildings, right? So a very different style, and you still have plenty of variation, and it blends in very well with the desert tile too. I find it that the mix of the orange and the yellow is amazing and works very nice. And you can have really some very nice stuff to do. We also have a big temple here. And so this city is quite impressive, right? I really like it. Work of love, labor of love, and we still have plenty of details. So the funny thing is that we did like those buildings, and I don't know if you see it, but there's still some sorry, it's not some windows there that have like interior, and it's just to give depth. There is no interior, it's just that window here as a fake interior. So when you're moving the camera around, you can see that this point here, all right, this point here, you see the depths in the room, and it helps a lot. So I'm gonna zoom in, and at a bird's view helps a lot, but we still have two buildings that are interior too. So if I do that, and here you see it's an apothecary or like arborist, herbalist, and you have a lot of details. And so this board is not published yet. We still need to do the full sewer system. So there is a full sewer system that is planned, but currently it's not available indeed. You only have access to the slabs. All the slabs are available, and you can create your own city with it. So everything that we've done here is available for you to toy with. So all the little details we've put everywhere, all those like work here is available. Yeah, the window trick is actually using mirrors, and so also shit. Obviously, I'm in huge trouble when I try to show something. Can I have like a nice? I think we can do it like that. Go there, and if we put the sun in the correct place, we have just a sun that is shining just nicely in the windows, so that it's very nice. And yeah, when you do a city, I don't feel the need to do every interiors, right? So what I do is that when you have a facade like that, I just do some windows that have set dressing in them, and it's very basic. You just need to put stuff that you see from the outside, but it really helps to sell the idea that this is a 3D space, right? So when you go like that, you can see just this little bowl and the bed and everything. To me, feels really good. I think you have more. So this one has a big fake interior, so it's a bit more details, but you're not really supposed to go there. So when you actually, when you actually visit it like that, you can see stuff moving. There is also a window down there, and it helps a lot selling that this is a living city, even though there is no miniatures and stuff like that. Even there, you can see that we've just put tables and a light behind the windows, so it looks much more lived in. Yeah, it's exactly that. So it's the idea of using cube maps. Cube maps are what you see in video games when you see in big cities like house and everything, like if you have New York, for example, and you have all those facades, and when you go looking, it looks like a room, but it's actually just a flat image that moves a bit with you like that. It's called a cube maps, and it simulates the idea of rooms where they are known. So the idea was a bit like that. It's just to create a fake room in that, just to give illusion of depths. And there are full buildings like this one. This one actually is very interesting. There's a lot of details and stuff like that going on, probably something shady. And you can see that there's a lot of buildings that are fully mapped, right? But you don't need to do everything. You just need to do stuff that is interesting. And to that extent, doing this technique of fake windows and everything helps a lot. So let me find another one. I think we've done it more on that part of the city. Yeah, I think we have one there. That is nice too. You can just see that the window is open, and here too. And so you also, to force player to notice this, you actually add, that's why I put lights, because the light attracts the attention, so it drives the focus of the viewer on that point. Using lights in video games and just in general level design to attract attention to some place or distract from other is actually quite interesting. And I just saw that I'm missing a wall there. Perfect. And oh yeah, that one is nice. It's like a big room inside, and you can just see it, like snippets of it. There, the window is bigger open. Also, this whole building there, that one, is fully made inside, and so we can have again there. So shit, we're in the toilets. All right. So you have a full office like that. It is very nice. So it's like headquarters of the Paladins, right, or something like that. And so you have like a massive master bedroom here that is very nice. A lot of details there, like potion racks and stuff like that. And when you go down, there are bedrooms of the chieftain captains, toilet. Like this is the main working area, and then you go down. And this is the main hall that is gigantic, very nice, like very Paladin-like, you know, very God of Light, stuff like that. And so then you can go even lower, and this is the training space. So there you have training area, right? Training area, and you have a small prison. That's probably the nicest prison you've ever seen. It's fresh, clean, nice, nicely lit, and everything. So. I would be very happy to sleep that. And yeah, in any case, if you build all the interiors of all buildings, you know that the players are gonna just go there where there is no interiors. So the idea is that you just said the door is closed, but there is enough buildings with interiors and hidden stuff in the city that they feel that when they can open a door, it's organic, right? Because you cannot open every doors, and so when you do succeed in that, when you take a shady alleyway and you just go down and open that weird door in the sewers and you find that weird merchant that sells all that crappy stuff, it feels interesting and rewarding. But you don't need to do everything. At least that's my way of doing stuff, and also to improve performances, because this is a heavy board already, and you don't want TaleSpire to be chugging all the time. So that's a way to do stuff. But yeah, it's quite a nice view, I think. And then you have the big wall, and there are many secrets and hidden stuff everywhere in that board. So I advise you to take a look, definitely. Shit, I keep taking my mug, but actually my water is not in there. A marble prison that is probably cleaner than your room. This is something that I want. Yeah, well, if you explode cities, I think you don't need room interiors, because if there's no city, there's no rooms to work with, right? So I think that solves an issue. All right, so can we do something nice here? So something that I use a lot is the C key on your keyboard to sample. So it's that tool here, pick an asset here, and it's C on your keyboard, and when you sample something, you can quickly, you see my taskbar change quickly, and I can quickly browse all the family of assets. So that one I use all the time. It's so fast, so efficient. Apparently some buildings in LA are just facades. Yeah, we have some of that too in Paris and some part of Paris, because they're big factory for like concrete or stuff like that. So they have just a facade of fake building, and it just looks nice. I know there's also fake facade for, because they're actually spaces for the subway to take in air and to like allow people to breathe. So they're just a fake facade. So even in cities, it's the case. Stonks. All right, so that will. You see, I just do that, copy paste, be smart about it, and then you're just gonna blend it. It's like your Bob Ross of TaleSpire, right? It's just happy little trees, blend it, nice little stuff. Have fun, guys. It's just a game. All right, see how so. And it's always good to look it up from away, because when you build, you're often like focused on it. I don't know how much the resolution is good for you, so I'm gonna still zoom in a bit. But the idea is to spot patterns that repeats. So here I can see that there I have those little stones that align. I can perhaps show you, like I have this stone there, here, here, that I don't really like. I also have here and here, so this and this, those two walls like that repeat, so I don't really like that. And I also have this one and this one, those two walls that repeat. So I'm just gonna I can rotate an asset, swap it, move it, bop it, twist it, to make sure that I break patterns and repetition. I can leave a crack in the wall, it's nice. So the idea is just like that, making sure that when you look at it, it does not look too samey. All right, that's good. And in any case, we're gonna add some stuff on top of it, either ivy or buildings, a little farm, something like that. So I'm not too worried yet. It's not the final part. It does not need to be finalized. All right, 5 minutes. And so this board probably will be available in like end of April, end of May, perhaps even mid-June, because it's a massive one, right? So that's why I thought that streaming could be nice, so you guys are just following the updates and everything, not feeling that I'm not just being lazy. And so did Heroforge update? No, I have no idea how much time it takes for Heroforge to populate when you've created figurines and you buy it, so that's a good question. Checking again. Yeah, if you're not aware, Heroforge integration available now in TaleSpire in beta, but yeah, still available. Well, one day and I have access to figurines that I've created. Probably tomorrow we'll have a deeper look at how Heroforge is integrated. So from the Discord, it seems like people are waiting upwards of 30 minutes for Heroforge to populate. So best be patient while everyone is rushing to give it a try. Yeah, definitely. I'm not too worried about it. It's just I've never been a big user of Heroforge. I've just created one figurine for my current campaign that I want to use, and that's it. So I'm gonna be okay. I just wanted to show you guys. So perhaps if I reload TaleSpire, just gonna back to the main menu and load it back up could help. And yeah, there are probably a lot of people just jumping on and everything. Just loading the board again. So you can see to the left of my screen that I have so many boards. I definitely need an update that has folders. So I can just put everything in folders and everything, because I have stuff for clients, I have stuff for myself, I have stuff that I've never finished, and I have stuff everywhere, so it's getting a bit crampy. And for this castle, we've bookmarked every place and rooms, and we have so many bookmarks that we actually can't see them all at once. So you can see all the rooms there and all the bookmarks that we've put. So like you can go, hey, this is the little hole, and oh, this is a hangar bay, or this is the forge, this is the royal bedroom, this is the weapon room, whatever. So it's not even finished, and we have already so much stuff to do. Hello, Lupika. Pleasure to see you on the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Could you use different campaigns as folder? Yeah, I've tried that, and I was too lazy to swap between campaigns. So yeah, I could do that. And it's just that I like to ping pong between all my boards, because I know that I've built something somewhere that's going to be helpful. So I just copy it and paste it, and it's much easier to swap between one campaign when you do that, because you don't lose your copy paste. Either because if I swap between two campaigns, I'm going to lose my copy paste. I could put it in somewhere else, but I'm lazy. Basically, that's it. Yeah, is that I don't have to back out to the main menu, so it's better. That really need to be that thick. Huh. Also use a lot of the pick tool. So for me, it's shift middle mouse, and when I shift middle mouse, I can pick the tile I'm hovering upon. So it's very easy. So like here, if I need to grab a door, I know that there is one there. It's actually much faster than browsing through the library. If I need some wood, beam, and if I want some variation, sample tool. So that way, I'm also much faster. That's the way I'm able to grab assets so fast and swap between them. So it's a habit that I have now, and it's quite ingrained. Multi-water first, please. Water would be very nice. I would really like a modular water, like big blocks of water you can put, and probably a tool to create volumes of water. Folders for campaigns definitely a me issue. I'm not sure there's that many people that have that many like maps, boards in TaleSpire. So I think most people have probably like 10 to 15 when you use it. But it's been 2 years that I've been working on TaleSpire, so definitely starting to add up. If you want to know, I have now more than 13,000 hours. So quite a few. All right, so let's keep going. So it's not the most amazing stuff to look at, but if you do defensive vaults, you need to do the stone parts, right? There are gonna be probably some streams when we're doing more wood stuff, because it's gonna be stone at the base, and then we're gonna do more wood and plaster, trying to vary up the materials, and then it's gonna be a lot of interiors. So interior design is also interesting. So hopefully we'll have a live stream for each part of the conception. We did not stream the blockout phase because it's a phase where we like to be really free-flowing and everything, not to have any restrictions. So for me it was better not to stream. Yeah, I don't like to. That's one of the limitations self-imposed, is that I don't try to fake stuff in TaleSpire when it's not available yet. Like water, lava before it was available, even though I kind of did it in a board. I can show it to you in just an instant. But it's just, I'm not very comfortable with the idea that what I'm doing, it's going to be very ugly compared to what could be done in just a few weeks, months, stuff like that. So I prefer to make sure that my build, I'm not using, like, if I have an ID that is not currently possible due to the lack of asset, I'm just gonna wait. I just do a note of it somewhere where I'll probably forget it, but I just try to wait until I have the proper assets. And water has been a request for a long time, but we've seen some weather effects, so I hope for a weather effects update too. That would be very nice for all my cinematic videos and my trailers and stuff like that. I think that could be very atmospheric. All right. How do you make good terrain? You use Baldrax generator. So good terrain is always hard. So let's see if I can. So I have this terrain that's not very realistic, but it's very fun to go through when you play. So there's two ways to look at it, right? You can either make something very gamey or something really realistic, and neither is bad or better, you know. But here what I did on this board, where I'm gonna lower down the fog, is that it's really layers, steps. So you go from here, like the bottom right, and you try to move through the whole map in kind of video game fashion. So you gotta go around everything and just move around and go through the lava lake and back up there, and then after all that you go through the mountain, go there, and you end up in the middle of it. So it's very video gamey, and so the map is purposefully built in a sense to block you, so you cannot go through this, and you know you need to go through the design path. That's the way to do it, and it's good terrain too. It's like, you see, it's kind of flat, but you always try to add elevation, and so after that it's just details. Here it's more spidery place, so it's more flat than the other places, but it's not very important. But just try to break up the shapes. When it's flat, it's a bit boring, or at least add some textures, add some pebbles like that, where it's very nice, and stuff like that. But this is a very specific type of terrain, right? And so another terrain that would work. Not sure. I'm not very good with terrain. It's the more time consuming stuff you can do in TaleSpire currently. So I would really much advise you to use a generator if you can, and there is some good one available online. Blind. Nope. Yeah. And so there are already weather modes. Yeah, but they're really bad. I don't want to be mean for the person who did it, but I've tried it and it was just not working, so it's probably me, but I really did not like the hassle of it. And even though it seems simple to add something that exists as a mod in a game, it's actually so much more complicated to make sure that it works for everyone all the time, and the UI and UX is easily understandable, so it's more complicated. So here you have a more classic terrain. There is no bugging out, and so you see what you try to do is that you do layers, and I try to work from the top down, so you do your layers at the top and then you go down, and you try to just break it up in like slopes and shapes that looks natural, and then you add I like to add details and stuff like that. So it's broken now, but before it was working, it's due to an update. But you can see like that, it looks like pebbles, stuff like that. But something that works very nicely too is... Damn, okay, they broke something there. Because I'm scrolling like a madman and it's not not moving. I don't know to which extent you can see that, but damn, it's slow. But you can add some little rocks like that, and you see it adds some details. Yeah, those ones are amazing. So you can just plug them down a little bit like that, and they'll create very nice textures. And so what I do also, that I use the pine cones, and you just put them like that, just a bit in the ground, and it means that now when you look at it from afar, you have a space that's a bit more textured, a bit more interesting to look at. So it breaks up the just green pattern of the grass. So terrain generator, let me see if I can find it. I have linked it somewhere. It's a very basic one that I use just to have a base one. The Baldrax did a very good one, but you need to be a bit more technical than I am to make it work. I think it's that one. No, I'm trying to look for the link of the terrain generator, but I'm not sure I have it. Yeah, that one. So I hope it's not broken. It's still working. I'm gonna link it in the chat. And I use that one a little bit sometimes to create stuff. And yeah, it's the burnt church that I built actually for the official Steam early access release of TaleSpire. I did a 12 hours live stream building that non-stop. It was crazy. It was so fun to do it. I was exhausted, but it was so fun. And if you want to play in that beautiful church with catacombs and like parkour stuff, elements like you would do in Assassin's Creed and stuff like that, in the church, we have a scenario to go through. So it's the Burnt Church scenario written by I and Tolcraft, my game master. So you can check it out if you want. I'm gonna link it in the chat actually. We have currently 3 scenarios that are fully available with amazing PDFs, colors, description, images and everything, and obviously TaleSpire maps and boards. And we have a 4th one that is coming very soon, hopefully. We're currently finishing the writing it, and Tolcraft is doing the making it nice. Basically, I co-write it with him, and it's better than me at that. Yeah, it seems scrolling to me is bugged currently. Yeah, definitely. They broke scrolling, I think. Looks very... Yeah. I've posted so many hours and I know definitely this is broken. It does not feel right. Oh, nice. Really good if you master it. If you want to give us feedback either on my or Talcraft Discord. It would be amazing. Just really interesting to hear your thought about it. We really try to make a scenario that offers players a lot of possibilities, and especially non-combat related one. You have some combat to some extent, but you can really choose to do different stuff. So we like to offer those types of scenarios too, like not always fighting. That's the idea. Well, yeah, it's often the case that players tend to just fight everything, so you have to cope with that. But you need to punish them a little bit more, right? Like, not every situation is good in fighting, and you can punish them two ways. Just the outer way, where they take a lot of damage, maybe they die, and it's not really fun. Or you can punish them in a more mischievous way. It's like, okay, you kill everyone, but then the wives come and they like cry because you killed their husband, and the whole village just hates you, and it's not really, you're not getting punished for it, it's just people hate you and stuff like that. So psychological warfare towards your players can be a nice way to make them understand that killing everything is not very nice. All right. Okay, we've not done much progress today, but it's not very important. All right, so I think next we're gonna need to add more variation on top of the machicoulis, crénelage. I don't know the name in English of these parts there on top of the castle. Créneau in French, crenellation in English, right? Crenellation sounds weird. So we attack the wives, roll initiative. Yeah, you can do that. To which extent are you playing psychopath murder hobos and they're just people that save the world? And some parties are definitely more murder hobos that live in trash and just eat raccoons and kill everyone. But we're trying to put some sense in that world and make people realize their wrongdoings. All right, so okay, so it's been 1 hour and 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna stop it there for tonight. I'm a bit tired of my day. I hope you've had great pleasure of just hopping in, hopefully, and catching my also occasional live stream, first in Europe probably. When you have a barbarian with 6 intelligence, 20 strength, hard to stop him. Well, yeah, but that's your work, buddy. As a game master, you have to make your players in contrived and hard situation, even though they're just brute force of nature, I guess. and they can just remove every obstacle by sheer force and strength. Yeah. And so, as I was saying, everyone, I hope you had a good time. Can I make it that or oh, nice. Oh, all right. Can I move that? Right. Not very nice. Not gonna do that. So see you guys in a while. Hopefully I'll try to upload more often. I'm gonna update the description on YouTube and on Twitch of that one. You can find the replay from that live stream available always on YouTube. On Twitch, I think it goes after 2 weeks, so you're gonna have to enjoy that. Why do you start with one tile set and then replace? So I start with one tile set, as I've said at the beginning of the stream, because I want to focus first on volumes and stuff like that. Because when you build that big, if I made an issue like here, and I need to redo everything because the stairs do not align or the levels do not align, and I have made as much work I've done here with so many assets and everything. I'm just gonna kill myself, right? It's too much time spent doing that. I won't be able to modify it. Where that, do you want to change the wall? Boom, I remove it. That's the way it goes. So using blockouts, it's a game development technique. It's making really just the shapes. When you create a level design, an arena or something, a battle map, it's always good to visualize the space first. Put interest point, ladders, stairs, doors, interesting points, and see how the volume works, and then you can do the details. And on small builds, not that important, but on big builds, when you need to redo a lot of stuff because you just missed something and it's just not aligned properly or stuff like that, it's just too much. So that's why we use that, and we use a high contrast tile set, so I can see easily if I can go there. Like, I can see definitely what has been done and what needs to be updated, right? So that's why we use that orange desert tile set. Merci Alpha. Et salut l'oiseau, ça fait longtemps. Bah, j'arrête mon stream, donc tu viens juste à la fin. So thank you everyone for coming in the stream. I'm gonna be cutting off now. Have a great day, and above all, stay creative, my friends. Bye bye. And now it's awkward because I need to cut everything.